Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Second video. I'm excited guys. Lucky enough, now I've been able to upgrade from the Nikon B700. Finally got my hands on a Sony ZV-1. A lot of great reviews about it. Audio still waiting. It's in the mail, so excited to say. Hopefully a better picture quality to the first video. A lot of great feedback from the guys. Apologies, like I said, probably wasn't the best footage that you've seen, and definitely not as professional as what I'd expect a channel like this to be bringing to you. Guys, was going to do an in-depth video, however I thought, you know what, series of our $30,000 sneaker collection, I thought, you know what, let's just kick off with something that isn't too in-depth, but I did touch on it in our first video. It was around, why, kind of I fell out of love with LV. As you can see, part of our collection up on the table. A few pairs obviously couldn't fit around us, but I thought, you know what, let's just talk about it. But before we get into that, guys, like always, thank you for your support. 13 subscribers, you know what, it's not about numbers. It's about connecting with you guys, and I appreciate the support for those that have liked and subscribed and have hit that bell notification. Once again, truly humbled, and I do appreciate everyone's support and the feedback, both negative and positive. Guys, in the video, like I said, I touched on my last one. LV, probably the brand that I was the most loyal to outside Mercedes-Benz, as you can see behind me. But it was probably the brand which probably first kicked off my love for sneakers. I always affiliated brand with it was something, it was the must-have. For the ladies, that LV bag was like a status. It was always that conversation starter, and for me it was more around the kicks. I had a big selection around my sneakers, especially from LV. And then I fell out of love, and it's probably something that I've probably thought about, what brought me out of touch with them, and what probably started steering me to other brands. But it was also one of those moments where I kind of reflected and I said, what do I expect out of my sneakers and out of my collection? I sold a lot of my pairs off. I was fortunate enough, like the resale market, obviously you're never going to get what you paid. Especially if you're going to be wearing them. But it was more so that, I said, how do I part ways? How do I keep them fresh? How do I keep them looking new? Probably see, like, some of the lines that are on the table. To me, these were the standouts of the time of when I bought them. And it was really, those couple of sneakers, that I felt is what the, brand was, aiming to go towards or leaning towards. Without the need of rehashing some of these with just different colorway, probably more so, it just didn't have that luxury feel. And if I'm a lady sneaker, like I said, to me that's hot. I'd say like that. I even said into the store, make these in men's. I want these. However, can't be. But for me, from a sneaker, it's got to speak. One, it's got to relay the brand, what they're about. For me, what direction they were heading in. They did make a men's one, as you can see, it's on the side there. A little bit of a different colorway, but probably, for me, it was speaking volumes, and I talk about volumes a lot with the sneaker and what I believe a sneaker should deliver. And I'm big around color and funk. Couple of the pairs for my wife, it has that little bit of a feminine look to it, but also was true to the image or true to the brand. And I feel that LV has kind of lost that at the moment. These are probably some of my older pairs up here. I'll be honest with you, I think I've seen two different versions in that, and all they've added is a little bit of black or a little bit of gold lettering. To me, it doesn't really warrant the investment. I really shouldn't say investment, but the outlay of funds to kind of step up into the what's in season right now, if that's what you want to call it. What I want to see, guys, is, like I said to me, LV is a lot like Chanel. It's always been classic to me. Probably more so much in terms of their brand. To me, it's got to be definable, and that's probably why, from a sneaker point of view, and especially from LV as a brand, I think, don't get me wrong, they're the creatives out there. But for someone like, for us who are into the sneakers, into those luxury goods, like I said, if you're paying, $1,000, and and some of these pairs are now on the verge of $1,800 a pair. To me, it's got to be something a little bit more than just a tweak in the design, and it's got to be something that's a little bit more fresh. And to me, it's got to be something that, if it's something seasonal, what's the seasonality bringing to you? What's it actually, what's the in color? Like, if I think about it right now, I relate to those that are into watches. Rolex. They go through their seasons where the green dial kind of was the in thing, went out. Then the blue dial came in, and blue dial was all about the blue dial. Now 2021, yeah, we are in 2021. Happy New Year, by the way. 2021 is all about the greens, and to me, what does 2021 bring for the sneaker world? It's interesting to see. I've been, obviously on Instagram quite a bit, trying to see what's up and coming in the sneaker game. Obviously it's still early on, and there's not really much going on. We're still in the middle of changing seasons and obviously we see a lot of spring come through. We do see the winter collection come through, for the Fast Saturday in Sydney, or Australia, I should say, the Asia part. But also, what's going to be up and coming, obviously overseas, and what's going to be the new spin for the current trend, which will lead into what comes obviously to the closet. For me, guys, look, there's going to be just a short video. I really want to save my in-depth reviews on each sneaker. I will try and obviously link in when it comes to the LVs. Clearly, I'll talk about the men's and the women's. There's no point in me doing a separate video on each because, let's be honest, I don't feel that warrants one. But especially even with the high tops, I want to really, to me, that was the best pick in the white men's. And then obviously in the ladies, another thing, and with LV, what has turned me off, availability. Guys, availability is my #1 pinch point with LV. Don't get me wrong, probably, it doesn't matter. You can, there's a lot of clients out there that spend a lot more than me. But if I'm going to, call it the LV Mansion on George Street, for those that are familiar with Sydney, I expect to have the sneakers available in all sizes. As far as I know, in my wife's size and my size, that's all I care about when I walk in. For me, the number of times I've been disappointed where I've had to walk in and it's the same old, sorry, sold out, sorry, sold out. Well, how's about, I understand that you all have, people that are in charge of ordering stock, I get it. But nothing more disappointing when you get the notification, hey, got these in, are you interested? Sometimes they can hold them, sometimes they can't. Unfortunately, you know what? I'd like to think that there's more than one size 11 in Sydney, Australia, that you can hold on for clients, and obviously be readily available. Nothing more frustrating, and obviously I have the ability of talking to my rep, and I've built a lot of great reps, and a shout out to all those guys on from LV that have supported and been customer focused. But probably more so that nothing more frustrating has been where, hey, you know what, can't get it, have to order it in, might be a 2 to 3 week wait or whatever it might be, and then when you get it, ultimately, for me, I'm a person who likes to be have something tangible. I like to be able to hold it, like to be able to see it, like to be able to then make that decision. Hey, is that right for me? Then hey, here's my $1,800 or whatever you want to call it, and then get the sneaker, and all the hype that you put into it kind of disappears. So pretty much, guys, short and sweet video for today. Merely was just a hey. I did touch on it in my last video, and a couple of close friends of mine were saying, hey, we always knew you as Mr. LV. Sad, I know. But what do you mean that you don't, you're not in love with that brand anymore? And so for me, the video was more just to touch on, hey, still in love with them. Still not saying that it's a brand that I'm not going to shop with or I'm not going to, wear. But for me, it was probably more so a video around, my frustrations before I get into something in depth, because I'm still, like I said, waiting on another piece of equipment that allows me to do a lot more detailed photos while I'm doing my reviews, instead of you guys being that distance away from me. But like I said, guys, coming soon. I do appreciate the patience. I did keep to my promise a week before new content. And I totally want to say, thank you for that support. Thank you for, for those that have subscribed, even taking the time to watch the video. To me, it means a lot. Like I said, it's the first of many videos to come. Obviously, new content, like I said, I've got brand new shoes sitting next door in store at the boutique that I haven't picked up. Obviously in between moving, don't want to, have the house full of sneakers. It's just another thing to move. But I do appreciate you guys. Both the guys and girls out there. Like I said to you before, it is a co-ed channel. It is aimed at men and women. Definitely want to see in the comment section, was this video a step up? What you'd like me to review first, guys, please. You got the brands to pick from: Chanel, LV, geez, I forgot all the brands, Versace. I was wrong in the last video, guys. Apologies. There is no Dior. Don't ask me why, I got confused. However, got a couple of Gucci slides. Definitely have Christian Louboutins. So guys, just tell me which brand you want to see first, and that will be the first video that I bring of the latest sneaker that I've bought in that brand, before we start unpacking the other 30 pairs that are out there. So guys, like I said, if you like what you see and what you hear, please, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification. And once again, stay blessed, guys. Coronavirus is obviously kicking back up in Sydney again, so it is going to limit our ability to get out to some of these stores. But I've got more than enough in the inventory to bring something new to you every week, and if not every fortnight. Like always, stay blessed, look after yourself, look after your family. I'm Imran, and if you want to catch up with me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is insta_lux_trends, and we'll catch you on the next video.